Okay, gang. The stock market in May of '07 started to collapse. We had one of the biggest collapse in the market, and all the way through '08. Okay? So in May of '07, we knew that the stock market right here, the S&P right here, May of '07, we predicted this whole crash. Now, how did we know this was going to crash? Well, you get messages from the market using charts. Charts, you follow the actual money of the big guys, the big institution players. Now, let me show you. Now, right here, May, I could tell that there's what they call a crossover. Well, what's a crossover? Now, it's hard to see on here because it goes back so far, but there's what they call the 25-day moving average. You can see it right here. Okay? And it started to cross over the 50-day moving average. That's a sell signal. Okay? That's a sell signal. So we knew by that little signal that money was starting to flow out. Right in here. You see it right there? Okay. This 25-day moving average is incredible. This is the 50. This is 200 days. These lines, okay, are momentum. Shows you the direction of money flow. So when this 25 started to cross right here, that was a real problem. Also, technically, we know that the way these things start breaking down is, here's the 50-day moving average, here's the 25-day moving average, and here's the 200. So you have the 200, the 50, and the 25. They act as support. So let me just draw this white line further down here. They act as support, okay, as well as they act as support. They hold up the market. You see how it's holding up the market? You had 3 holding the market up. Now the 25 is holding up the market at the end. In a stock market, what we realize, how crashes occur, you first have what we call a tight pattern. So that's this pattern right here. See how nice and tight it was? Nice and organized. Then we started to get what we call volatility. See how it started to break down? Then it was tight again up here. And then she started to break down again. So we knew back here and here there was a problem. We had this breakdown between these two nice tight markets. So just from being technicians, we understand this pattern. See this break? When you have a break like that, it's telling you the pattern is reversing. The money is going to reverse. But it takes a long time for stock markets to crash. You get a lot of information before a market crashes. People are under the assumption, they think that when they hear the 1929 crash or the crash in 1987, that they woke up, went to work that morning, it crashed. In 1987, that crash, we started to see the crash coming back in January and February. That's right, of '87, we started to see it coming. You know, way in advance using technicals. So this 25, you're going to find when you're working with me, this is a very, very important chart. So when we saw in May, first this breakdown, and we saw this crossover, I knew then we're starting to break down. And she continued. See, she continued to break down right here. You can see it. So I told everybody, get out of the market, go to cash. Because remember, we had a market that was going straight up. And let me explain. stock markets. Every market, bring this back down here. Okay, that's 1999. The Federal Reserve creates bubbles so they can make a lot of money. They inflate the market so they'll crash. So they make money on the way up and on the way down. So Goldman Sachs, the elitists, okay, that own the Federal Reserve, it's about 325 of the richest families in the world. They like to create what we call bubbles, so they make money when they crash as well as when they pump them up. So you always got to be aware when that's going to happen. So this was the dot-com crash. They pumped it up, and that's the sad part because you don't understand that, and they just tell you buy and hold. And unfortunately, you lost all your money in the dot-coms right here when it crashed. Well, if you're a gang member, two things would happen. One, you would have spotted this called a reversal. We're talking about that now. So, but they never let you. They always tell you to hold. Everything's going to be fine. Hold on, because they're making money while you're losing. While the market's going down, they're doing what they call shorting you. So they're telling you to hold on, and you're losing your money. So let's say you lose 50% of your money. Do you realize if you lose 50%, you need 100% just to break even? So then we had the next rally. Now they make money on the next rally. So this was the lending con, the real estate con, the lending con, same thing. Okay, that was the lending con. And on the lending con, sorry, wrong color. On the lending con, see, that was positive. So they had a nice rally, pumping it up. Everybody was long again. Everybody was happy again. So this was your first bubble, dot-com bubble, lending con. And again, we knew in advance that it was going to collapse. And of course, it did in May. And so we caught this short all the way down, meaning we made money as it collapsed all the way down, right down to March again. So we made money on the way up, on the way down, on the way up, and the way down. Because again, understand, this is how markets are. Who creates these bubbles? The Federal Reserve. They do this on purpose. The Goldman Sachs people, the JP, that's how they make money. So now they're making another fortune on the next con. This is called the non-earnings bubble. Now we're starting to go back up again. Okay, so here's what's going on. We're on our way back up now. We're going up now, right? And we're on our way up right now. Here we are now, right around this area here. Okay, so the next bubble's starting, see? So they're going to inflate this bubble. So here they are. See, they're inflating the bubble right now. So what's amazing is that and people don't understand this, that they actually create bubbles, and people have no clue. You know, they have no clue that that's what they're doing. And that's how they make a fortune. Like Goldman Sachs, how you think they make their money? So the S&P right now, okay, or if you take the S&P, it's at 109, okay, or let's put it in here, 1096. So let's go back. Okay, 1096. So we're right in this area right here right now. See it? So they're probably going to go up to trying to push it up to this area. And then what's going to happen is this bubble too will break. They'll break it when they want to break it. See, they may not want to break it right now. So here's what it is right now. So let's say they continue it up to here, and then they want to make money. They got all the money out of everybody. They sucked everybody in. And now what they do is they break that bubble. And now it goes down again. So this is going to be the third bubble. So this will be the third bubble. We're going to hit the back side of it. So here's the dot-con. Here's the lending con. Now this one is the no earnings con, meaning these stocks are going up and companies aren't making money. There's no earnings. It's all false. It's all fake. What they did is they pushed all the bank stocks up so all the other stocks would follow. So it's all air under here. There's no, but this is what they do. So this is bubble number 3. So you can see if you go back, in 10 years, you made no money. You started here, you're right back to where, this March, you're right back to where you started 10 years ago. Now you're feeling pretty good. You're going to lose it all again. If you go back 20 years, it's the same thing. These are called bubbles. So why don't you become a technician and make money on the way up and on the way down with us? So here's how you do it. Now you want to spot right before they break. They don't just break overnight. See what I'm saying? See, so anyone tells you, oh, they're going to crash, it never happens like that. So we're going to start a crash here shortly, all right? Now when, we'll know exactly when, okay?